Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's see, it is 7:24. You ready with the recordings? All right. That's 7:24, and the Town Central Regular Council meeting Monday, July 12th, 2021 is called to order. We had an invocation, start our work session, so we'll go immediately to item 1, resolution 7/12/2021. Whereas the Town Council of the Town Central recognizes Dr. Todd Voss for the outstanding job serving at Southern Wesleyan University. And whereas during his tenure at Southern Wesleyan University, he moved Southern Wesleyan University to a level 5 doctoral institution. Whereas the university just had the first student successfully defend her dissertation, and she will graduate in December 2021 as the first doctoral graduates from Southern Wesleyan University. And whereas he was instrumental in construction of the Joyner Hilson Complex Residence Hall in 2019, which is centered on community rather than just place to sleep. And whereas Dr. Voss brought Southern Wesleyan University, the Town of Central, and Pickens County together to host a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse event at the Southern Wesleyan Track and Field Complex. And whereas also the SWU Track and Field Complex was built with the purpose of being available to community, which is another example of the contagious generosity that Dr. Voss frequently spoke about and modeled. And whereas Dr. Voss worked with the Town of Central on numerous projects, including the Boulevard project on Clayton Street, the new mountain bike trail, and the SWU sewer expansion project. And whereas there were many projects at SWU that Dr. Voss accomplished during his tenure as president, including Military Monument and Flag Plaza, the Jericho project, the Clyde Dupin Amphitheater, Blue Hill Coffee and Tea, the Warrior Pit Athletic Courts, the Golf Driving Range and Field House, the Tennis Courts Complex, the Nicholson Mitchell Christian Ministry Center, the Media Communications Program, and the Masters in Psychology Program. And whereas we want to recognize Dr. Todd Voss for his great dedication to SWU and the citizens of Town of Central, therefore be it resolved on the Town of Central this July 12, 2021, would like to give public thanks to Dr. Todd Voss for the outstanding job he has done for SWU and the citizens of the Town of Central. Be it further resolved, this resolution shall be incorporated in forever part of the minutes of the meeting of the Town Council held this date. The motion would be in order.
I make a motion that we accept resolution 7/12/2021.
Okay, we have a motion to adopt resolution 7/12/2021. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Vote's unanimous. Dr. Voss, we've got something for you. And we've got a little, you wanna help me with it? Yeah. Hold up.
Your family, y'all can come up and take a picture, you don't have to stay but yeah.
Yeah, I've got something here too. This is a little different, but we don't have very many of these.
Oh, look at this.
You can wear this around your neck.
I could. With the Olympics coming, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. Key to the city.
Key to the city.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure I've got a good one. All right, Mr. Deal, if you'd step in right quick, then we'll get the family in. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, family, if you'd like to step up there, we'll take a picture. Put the young ones in kind of front of Grandpa there.
That's a heavy. Well, it's the key to the whole city, so the rest of you having.
Turn around.
If you turn, I'll see me in the picture.
All right, right here. Everybody looking at me. Ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. Let more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Nice. That's really awful.
Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose. Oh, man.
You need to get out quick before we lock the door.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll lock it in.
I think he's done more than president, any president.
Thank you, Dr. Boss.
Okay, item 2 on the agenda, regular council meeting minutes of 6/14/2021. We've already had a reading, so motion will be in order.
I move that we adopt the regular council meeting minutes of 6/14/21.
All right, we have a motion to adopt council meeting minutes of 6/14/21. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Vote unanimous. Item 3, public session. Each month, we allow members of the public to address council for a total up to 30 minutes. Anybody wishes to address council, please step to the podium, and 5 minutes per person and 30 minutes total. Okay?
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to speak.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me speak here. I'm going to talk about the basketball court that is planned to be built at the entrance of Spring Forest. There is a land there. I'm going to tell you that that land is located right in front of a residential building, Apple Tree Apartments, and we live there. And that's a quiet neighborhood. If you build a basketball court, especially an outdoor one, there's going to be young people gathering in, and that's a basketball court. They're going to hit the ball to the ground, and it's going to create a lot of noise, and we can no longer live there. And so I'm going to share my concern with you. I'm pretty much sure that other tenants are also concerned about it, because they're mostly senior people living there, and we need quiet and peace. That's what we need. And I think it's highly unnecessary to build a basketball court there, because there's a recreation center behind these buildings, and there's a basketball court there. People can go there and play. And so, yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, anybody else? Okay, so it takes us to item 4 on the agenda, receipt and disposition of petitions. Mr. Administrator, do we have any petitions?
We don't have any right now, Mr. Mayor, but we will be, we submitted an application to rezone the old health department building, so that'll be coming in the next work session to discuss.
Okay. All right, thanks for your report. Item 5, report from council committees. A, planning, Ms. Bowers.
We have started the process with our comprehensive plan. We had a meeting last week, and we have set the wheels in motion for that. And then we'll have our next planning meeting on July 20th. And we have 3 parcels that the town owns that we're going to look at rezoning. That's it.
All right, thanks for your report. Item B, streets and public safety, Mr. Moss.
We'd like to thank the fire department for the touch a truck at Lawrence Chapel and for participating in the Unity Community at Bowling Field, as well as standby for the Shaq Lawson football camp. On the fire, and on the police side, Sergeant Tim is back on duty, and the chief has hired an Officer Shane Bagwell, and he's waiting for academy date. And we're just grateful to have that good news. That's all, Mayor.
All right, thanks for your report.
Now, is Tim the one that was doing the part-time?
Yes.
Yes, so we no longer have a part-time codes?
He'll continue to do codes.
He will, okay.
Okay, any other questions? item C, finance and marketing, Ms. Chapman.
If you've had a chance to look at your financial report, the general fund is good, the sewer fund is good, the sanitation fund is good, and the water fund is better. It's not perfect, but it's better. We are a little over 91,000 in the red, and I was going to defer to Mr. Mishu if he wouldn't mind. We must have done something right for it to have come down. I'll let you explain.
Well, last month was, we actually ended that month in the black in water, which normally you're not, the summer months or the red months, so I don't, I don't have an explanation as to why. Normally, it's red, we're always in the hole in the summertime because we just don't have as many users, and then we ended up in the black for the month of June, so that's good.
Yes.
So it shrunk a little bit because we did end the month in the black in water.
That sounds good. Thank you.
All right, just note this copy of the finance report fulfills a year.
Yes.
It's 1 year, so if you want to put this copy with your budget as a review for the year, this is to give you the year history. So the next month will start a new year, and it'll start out with one column. So this is 12 months of history. All right. Item D, recreation, Mr. Deal.
Yes, sir. A couple of different things that I'd like to call attention to. We have 3 full teams for the Central Tigers football and 2 cheerleading teams. Signups have ended, and practices will start late July. The Recreation Department received a grant to replace the dilapidated fence that was along Wood Street and Gaines Street down at Community Park. You may have noticed the fence has been removed, and South Carolina DOT has cleared as much as they can with their mower. And so bids are due by August the 3rd. And as soon as we can get those in, then get the fence back up after that. One other thing that we wanted to, I think this is a great piece of recognition here, is that Trent Pierman was the South Carolina Gatorade Football Player of the Year. He just graduated from Daniel High School and played Little League football here in Central. And as a part of being named the South Carolina Gatorade Football Player of the Year, he received a $1,000 grant or scholarship to college. And he has designated that grant be given to Central Rec Department in appreciation for the time that he had playing here and the skills that he received to play in that. So we have a letter from the Schwab Charitable that is involved with the Gatorade Play It Forward Fund. And it says, we're pleased to present Central Recreation Department with the enclosed grant in the amount of $1,000 made on behalf of Gatorade Play It Forward Fund at Schwab Charitable. And so we just want to acknowledge and thank Trent Pierman for his gratitude to us and his graciousness. That's all.
All right. Thanks for
That's
your
very generous.
Yes, it is. It's a great thing for him to do.
All right, item E, enterprise, Mr. Holliday.
Yes, sir. We had on the water and sewer, we had 42 disconnects, at least on the water, and 36 were reconnected. Sanitation department operated on a normal schedule, and the department had 106 total work orders, which is on the little high side, but staying busy, so we appreciate them and what they do. So, thank you.
All right, thanks for your report. Item F, tourism and economic development. Tom, is there anything you want to touch on, like Dixie Youth?
Yes, sir, if you don't mind. Again, the Dixie Youth State Tournament, we're going to be hosting, it kicks off this Friday at Doug Kingsmore Stadium. That's the university has again been gracious to allow Central Clemson to come together and use that facility to kick off. I mean, it's, what better place can you ask than that? So we're gonna have 12 teams from across the state. They will be coming in, and again, the opening ceremony begins Friday night around 7 o'clock. Then games start early Saturday morning. We'll be playing Saturday. We wait till after church time on Sunday to kick off, then go all the way into the late night, Monday, Tuesday, and hopefully wrapping it up Wednesday if we don't get too many rainouts. I do also would like to say, we have our 12 and under baseball tournament has advanced down to the quarterfinals of the state championship. They won late last night, again, and so 2 or 3 more wins, we may have our first ever state champion going to, I think it's Louisiana this year for the World Series, so that'd be neat if we could pull that one off too.
All right, thanks, Tom. So that takes us to item 6, new business, nothing under new business. 7, old business, nothing under that heading. Number 8, introduction and consideration of new ordinances, policies, proclamations, and resolutions. 1, Resolution 712-2021, local match for CDBG. Resolution supporting the local match for CDBG Community Development Grant Program. Whereas the town of Central has received a community infrastructure grant to improve the quality of life of its residents by rehabilitating the water lines in the Church Street area through the Community Development Block Grant Program from South Carolina Department of Commerce. And whereas the town of Central will commit $129,300 local cash match and commits to sharing cost savings on a pro-rata basis in order to receive a community infrastructure grant of $750,000. The town of Central has made an application for state revolving funds of $500,000. These funds are needed to complete the project. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Central commits $129,300 local cash match for the CDBG grant for the Church Street Water Line Project awarded to the town of Central. Adopted this day of July 2021. A motion would be in order.
I move that we adopt Resolution 712-2021, local match for CDBG.
We have a motion to adopt Resolution 712-2021, local match for CDBG. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Vote's unanimous. That takes us to item 9, consideration of ordinances and policies already in possession of council. Number 1, second reading of policy 712-2021, $1 base. The rate schedule's in your packet, and Susan, you've got a copy for the minutes. It's a $1 charge for the increase for the base rate. On second reading, motion will be in order.
I move that we adopt on second reading policy 712-2021 base rates.
I have a motion to adopt on second reading policy 712-2021 base rates. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, is this, this is not because of, this one's not because of the rates that have been passed on to us?
No.
That's the next one?
Yeah, that's the next.
Okay.
All right, any other discussion? All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. 1, 2, 3. All opposed? 2. Motion carries 4-2. Item 2, second reading of policy 712-2021, 16 cents per thousand charge. With a copy of the full schedules in your packet. It's the rate increase from Easley Central Water District for 16 cents per thousand gallons. Motion would be in order.
Move that we approve on second reading policy 712-2021 base rates, or
Okay.
per thousand base.
Per thousand base. All right, we have a motion to adopt on second reading policy 712-2021, 16 per thousand base. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
So, Mr. Mayor, this is because of Eastleigh Central Water raising our rates.
They raised it,
correct?
yeah.
And so we're just having to pass this on.
This is just a straight pass through.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. And vote's unanimous. Item 3, second reading of ordinance 7/12/2021, amendment to zoning section, ordinance section 303. Be it ordained by the mayor and town council, find it necessary to amend town zoning ordinance section 303, which currently reads as follows. When new land area is incorporated or otherwise annexed into town, the ordinance to annex the area shall designate a zoning district or zoning districts for which the annexed area is to be classified. In all cases where additions or deletions to the towns of Central's total land area require adjustments to the zoning district boundaries, said amendment shall be made on the zoning map within 60 days. The date of council shall be noted. And the replacement states that the annexation of property in the town of Central limits shall first be considered and approved by council before final zoning may be approved, with the exception of annexation of parcels totaling less than 5 acres in any size which may permit for the final zoning and annexation applications to be considered concurrently. When new land areas are incorporated or otherwise annexed into town, the ordinance to annex the area shall designate an interim zoning district or zoning districts for which the annexed area is to be classified. Such interim zoning shall be similar in nature to with the zoning of the adjacent properties used to qualify for annexation. Final zoning shall be subject to the process described in Article 10 of the zoning ordinance, and processes shall be initiated within 90 days of the final approval of annexation request by council. In all cases where additions or deletions to the town of Central's total land area will require adjustments to the zoning district boundaries, said amendments shall be made on the official zoning map within 60 days of the approval of final zoning district by council. Application for annexation shall be filed a minimum of 14 days prior to the scheduled meeting of the appropriate body as outlined in section 303.1. Applications filed less than 14 days prior to a scheduled meeting date shall be held for the next scheduled meeting. Be it ordained this date, July 12th, 2021. Motion would be in order.
I move that we adopt on second reading ordinance 7/12/2021, amendment to zoning ordinance, section 303.
All right, we have a motion to adopt on second reading 7/12/2021, amendment to zoning ordinance 303. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. That is a unanimous. Okay, item 4, second reading of ordinance 7/12/2021, amendment to section 12-3 of the town ordinance. Whereas found it necessary to amend the town ordinance section 12-3, which reads as follows. Discharge of dangerous devices. It shall be unlawful to fire or discharge any air rifle, slingshot, or any other device which may be potentially harmful to any persons or property. It shall be unlawful for any person to discharge a firearm of any type within the town limits. Nothing contained in this shall be construed to abridge the right of self-defense or law enforcement officers' performance of duty. Whereas found it necessary to replace the proceeding to read as follows. Discharge of dangerous devices. It shall be unlawful to fire or discharge any air rifle, slingshot, or any other device which may be potentially harmful to any persons on property except AG zone. It shall be unlawful for any person to discharge a firearm of any type within the town limits except in AG zone. Nothing contained in this section shall be construed to abridge the right of self-defense or law enforcement officers' performance of duty. Now therefore be it ordained by the mayor and town council, 12th day, July 2021. A motion would be in order.
Can I ask a question first?
Let's start motion.
I move that we adopt on second reading ordinance 7/12/21, amendment to section 12-3 of the town ordinance.
All right, we have a motion to adopt second reading of ordinance 7/12/2021, amendment to section 12(3) of the town ordinance. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Chapman.
Does this also include fireworks?
This is, firearm, rifle, slingshot, or other device.
Okay.
That's,
Okay.
yeah, this-
I was just wondering.
It's not, I don't think this is fireworks. It seems like we have a lot of fireworks lately.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion, second, discussion, any other discussion?
So this allows a person that has ag zone to discharge firearm if there's a
Predator.
Predator.
predator or something like that.
Prey.
Prey, okay. Thank you.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Okay, item 5, second reading of ordinance 7-12-2021, amendment to zoning ordinance section 514, agriculture zoning. Y'all want me to read all this? Anybody wants to read this, raise your hand. Okay. Let's go for the motion.
Move that we adopt on second reading ordinance 7/12/2021, amendment to zoning ordinance section 514, agricultural zone.
All right, we have a motion to adopt on second reading ordinance 7/12/2021, amendment to zoning ordinance section 514, ag zone. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. Vote's unanimous. Okay, it takes us to item 10, reports from the administrator and mayor. Number 10, A, administrator's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We discussed the traffic study at the work session, and we're going to have the engineer that came up with those drawings to come to the next work session for some more discussion on that. The annual conference, just want to remind y'all, the annual conference is July 21st through the 25th, and I think it's Joe and Ken going? Okay. All right, any questions from council? Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Do we know how the abatement's going at the laundromat, the old laundromat?
I haven't gotten a report on that, but they are done with the one at the health department building. The abatement at the laundromat was supposed to take 2 weeks, so I think they've been out there a week now. I'm assuming they're probably going to wrap it up this week.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thanks for your report. Item B, mayor's report. I only have one thing. We have filing for election this month. Susan, you have dates?
Yes, starts Monday at noon.
Monday at noon for 10 days until
Places
noon.
August the 3rd.
Yeah, okay.
So it starts in this month, July instead of August? Okay.
Okay, and make sure to put it on the sign. Okay, do we have anything for executive session, Philip?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Chair moves to enter executive session for legal issues concerning South Carolina Code of Law, Section 30-4-70, parentheses A, parentheses 1, legal issues. Section 30-4-70, parentheses A, parentheses 2. That's the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Vote is unanimous. Okay, we'll run back into the room and come back as soon as possible.
Monday is that filing for election? Is that this Monday or next Monday?
This Monday.
Coming Monday, that'd be the
Monday,
19th.
19th.
Okay. No, somebody else.
those if I've got time.
Jacob got my chair.
All right, Harry.
We'll be in 20 or 30 years. Could be in heaven then. Oh,
All right. Council returned from executive session. No decisions were made, only information was shared. And without objection, meeting's adjourned.
if you object to it, you can stay here.
If you waited that long to object, you waited too long.
Everybody needs to sign this, CDBG thing.
Guess if we go down, go down and leave it that way. Turn around like we're going to the same. Straight on it, about a mile.
People's-
Harry, you looking good, I know you can't help it.
Just keep straight on that road, you come to a stop sign, which is Concord Road, hang on, you go back a mile up the road, then that'll be the big